84 provide as follows. If the special committee reports that the particulars of any allegation against the Deputy Governor have not been substantiated, no further action shall be taken under the section in respect of the allegation, or have been substantiated, the Senate shall, after according the Deputy Governor an opportunity to be heard, vote on the charges. The chairperson of the special committee will shortly lay on the table of the Senate the report of the committee. Once it is laid, honorable senators will have time to peruse it. No action will be taken immediately, but the Senate will be suspended for 30 minutes in order to allow honorable senators some time to go through the report. This is so because at the point at which the report will be laid, it is not known to the House which of the two procedures provided in Section 33(5)(6) of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 84 will be applied. The committee report will determine the procedure to be applied thereafter. After honorable senators have had the opportunity of perusing the report and establishing the findings of the special committee, in the event that the special committee reports that any particulars of the allegations have been substantiated, a motion will be listed for business in a supplementary order paper, which once prepared will be circulated when we reconvene after 30 minutes. Debate will then ensue in the usual manner, and at the conclusion thereof, the Senate will proceed to vote on each of the impeachment charges after according the Deputy Governor the opportunity to be heard. Honorable Senators, in this regard, an invitation has been extended to the Deputy Governor of Siaya County to sit in the gallery during debate on the motion. At the appropriate time, before I put the question to the motion, the Deputy Governor will appear, if present, before the Senate and be heard either by himself or his legal representative. I wish to inform honorable senators that if the Deputy Governor chooses to exercise this right to appear and be heard by the Senate, he shall be heard here, either by himself or his legal representative, in total silence. The Deputy Governor's speech shall not be followed by any question or comment, and the Senate shall thereafter immediately proceed to vote on each allegation found to have been substantiated. Honorable Senators, in the event that the special committee finds that the charges against the Deputy Governor have not been substantiated, further proceedings on this matter shall not be taken, and I will give further guidelines on how to proceed. Kindly be guided. Thank you. Next order, Clerk.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
The chairperson, Special Committee on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of the Deputy Governor of Siaya County to lay his papers. Senator Kinyua Cheptumo Kisang, you're out of order.
Honorable Speaker, Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the Senate today, 26th June 2023. Report of the Special Committee on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable William Odwal, the Deputy Governor of Siaya County. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Now, honorable senators, to allow time for honorable senators to acquaint themselves with the contents of the report that has just been laid on the table of the Senate, I will suspend the sitting of this session for half an hour beginning now.
Well, the House or this special sitting has been suspended for 30 minutes as directed by the Speaker of the Senate, Honorable Amason Kingi. And this is to give room or opportunity for the honorable members to go through the just tabled report of the special committee on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of the Deputy Governor of Siaya, William Odwal. And the Speaker has given directions towards this whole cause. The members will be interacting with that particular report. Its contents are still not yet known as we speak, but once they interact with the report, then the members will be able to find out whether the allegations that were leveled against the Deputy Governor have been substantiated or not substantiated. What will follow as directed by the Speaker is that once the allegations have not been substantiated, and this falls under the Standing Order 84, paragraph A, that if not substantiated, then the matter will end there, and the Speaker will give directions or communication on how this matter will be handled, of course, at the county government as well as at the county assembly. But once the members come back and find out that the contents of the report indicate that the allegations leveled against the Deputy Governor have been substantiated, then there are a number of procedures that will take place. Just to inform you is that the Deputy Governor and his team, as well as legal team, are within the precincts of the Parliament, and they will be sitting in the chambers once the 30 minutes are over and the members are back to the chambers. Also to inform you is that the County Assembly side is also within the precincts of Parliament, and they too will be sitting at the gallery, of course, to follow these proceedings. And once the allegations have been substantiated, this is pursuant to Standing Order 80 for paragraph B, then a number of processes will take place. Of course, there will be a motion that will be listed for business in today's order paper. There will be a supplementary order paper that will list this motion for business that will give way for the continuation of the hearings for this particular impeachment proposals or allegations that have been leveled against the Deputy Governor. And since the Deputy Governor is within the precincts of Parliament or will be inside the chambers, he will be given opportunity, of course, to be heard on what he has to say with regards to the allegations, and he will choose on whether he will be speaking on them about them for himself, or whether he will be represented by his legal team. And once that is done, then the members will have an opportunity to vote on each allegations that have, or rather that was found to have been substantiated. So 2 processes are with us this afternoon. Whether he survives this impeachment, the matter ends there, or whether he does not survive this impeachment, then the process shall pick up of looking at the allegations leveled against him. And as you have seen, is that members are in the chambers, like most of the members have appeared for this particular business. The allegations that are facing the Deputy Governor include a gross violation of the Constitution and other laws, as well as abuse of office and gross misconduct. So these are the allegations that have been listed here in the order paper as having been considered by the special committee that was appointed to look into the allegations that were leveled against the Deputy Governor and proposing his removal from office by impeachment. So as you have seen, members are out of the chambers. 30 minutes into looking at the report, whatever comes out from that report will be known in 30 minutes. And whether the Deputy Governor will survive, of course, we will be able to know the next procedure or the next step. And whether he will not survive, then we will see members taking a vote. That is all planned to happen this afternoon. So just stay tuned in as we will be back at around, that is around 30 minutes from now, or since that time, it will be around 15, that is 15 minutes past 15 minutes past 3 or 20 minutes past 3. You can just tune in to follow these proceedings because we will be bringing them to you live from the Parliament. This live broadcast, remember, is brought to you by the Parliamentary Broadcasting Unit in partnership with the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. Do not go far. We will be here to see what happens in this process of the Senate members. Good afternoon. Well, it's now 30 minutes past 3, and as you can see on your screen is that members are getting back into the chambers. Remember, the earlier directive by the Speaker was that members be given time to interact with the report of the special committee that was investigating the allegations leveled against the Siaya Deputy Governor that proposed his removal from office by impeachment. And the 30 minutes are now over. The members are walking in. Remember, as we heard from the Speaker, is that two processes are before us. That is whether the allegations have been substantiated or found to have been substantiated or not, and whether they have been found not to have been substantiated. This is according to the House Standing Order 80, Section 4, Paragraph A. Section 4 indicates that if the special committee reports that the particulars of any allegations against the governor, paragraph A, have not been substantiated, no further action shall be taken under this section in respect of that allegation. And Standing Order 80, Section 4, Paragraph B indicates that if the special committee reports that the particulars of any allegations against the governor have been substantiated, the Senate shall, after according the governor an opportunity to be heard, vote on the charges. As you can see, the Speaker is seated, or rather has taken his seat. He will be guiding the House on what will be happening next. But those are the two processes that we are awaiting to see this afternoon. Remember, this is a process that began after the County Assembly, or rather the Speaker of the County Assembly forwarded a letter to the Speaker of the Senate indicating the actions by the County Assembly members from Siaya County who indicated that the governor be, or rather the Deputy Governor be impeached after indicating a number of accusations. Two accusations have been lined up in today's order of business. That is the removal or the consideration of the report on the removal of the Deputy Governor of Siaya County by impeachment, and these two charges include gross violation of the Constitution and other laws, as well as abuse of office and gross misconduct. Just to take you through the process, if after these 30 minutes that the senators have been on a break to look at the contents of the documents, these documents are the findings and the recommendations by the special committee that was tasked to look into the allegations that were leveled against the Deputy Governor. Two procedures here. If they have been found to have not been substantiated, then the matter will end here. But if the allegations have found to have been substantiated, then the process continues. A new supplementary order paper will come out, of course, with the motion having been listed as part of the business that will be considered this afternoon. And the business will continue hearing what is on both sides. The Deputy Governor, just to inform you, is that he is in the chambers as well. Also, the County Assembly have taken their positions in the chambers. And once the Speaker has directed or has indicated which way this particular proceeding will go on, if the allegations found have been substantiated, then the Deputy Governor will be given an opportunity to be heard. He will choose whether he will be speaking for himself or whether he will have his legal team represent him in this particular case. And the members will be given an opportunity to vote on each allegation that has been leveled against this particular deputy governor. 2 charges: gross violation of the Constitution and other laws in respect of interference with the procurement process through acts of bid rigging, and abuse of office and gross misconduct in respect of allegation of misleading the public by giving false information. There is a supplementary order paper that has been presented to the members this afternoon, and this order paper follows the procedure because it has that particular motion on it. This order paper has indicated, or rather has expanded the charges that the deputy governor is said to be facing. That is what I just read out to you. Charge 1 is gross violation of the Constitution and other laws in respect of interference with the procurement process through acts of bid rigging. And charge 2, abuse of office and gross misconduct in respect of allegations for misleading the public by giving false information. These are the charges that have been expounded in the supplementary order paper that has been circulated among members. There is a notice of motion in this supplementary order paper on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable William Odwol, the Deputy Governor of Siaya County. And this is a notice of motion that will be moved by the chairperson, the special committee on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of the Deputy Governor of Siaya County. And according to this notice of motion, is that pursuant to Article 181 of the Constitution and Section 33 of the County Governments Act, on 8th of June 2023, the County Assembly of Siaya approved a motion to remove from office by impeachment of Honorable William Odwol, the Deputy Governor of Siaya County. It continues to indicate that this office of the Speaker of the Senate on the 10th of June received that letter from the Speaker of the County Assembly of Siaya that conveyed the resolution of the County Assembly removing from office by impeachment of Honorable William Odwol, the Deputy Governor of Siaya County, and further forwarded to the Speaker of the Senate documents in evidence of the proceedings of the Assembly. This notice of motion by the chairperson of that special committee continues to indicate that on 15th, the 11-member special committee was appointed to investigate or to look into the matter on the proposed removal of Deputy Governor William Odwol and present its report after 10 days. That is what exactly has been done in the last 1 hour. The committee has presented its report and the members have gone through it. This notice of motion further indicates that pursuant to Section 33(4) of the County Government Act and Standing Order 82, the special committee has investigated the matter and tabled its report that is today. And pursuant to Section 33(4) and 6B of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 84B. At this rate, we come back to the standing order of the House, that is 84B. Remember, earlier on, I had indicated that we have 2 processes that are before us. Standing Order 80, Section 4A indicates that if the special committee reports that the particulars of any allegation against the governor have not been substantiated, that is 4A, no further action shall be taken under this section in respect of that allegation. However, 4B indicates that if the special committee reports that the particulars of any allegation against the governor have been substantiated, the Senate shall, after according the governor an opportunity to be heard, vote on the charges. In this notice of motion by the committee, The special committee that was investigating the matter, it has indicated the Standing Order 84B that the special committee has found that the particulars of Charge 1, gross violation of the Constitution and other laws in respect of interference with the procurement process through acts of bid rigging, and Charge 2, abuse of office and gross misconduct in respect of allegation of misleading the public by giving false information, have been substantiated. This is according to the notice of motion that has been added in today's order of business. Remember, the business that was to be transacted this afternoon with regards to this special sitting was to consider the report by the special committee that was tasked to look into the matter or investigate these allegations that were leveled against the Deputy Governor. The Speaker is addressing the chambers. Allow me to hand you over to this live broadcast.
Senator Bet Sengo. Honorable Senators, welcome back to the resumption of proceedings of this special sitting. I believe that you have now had the opportunity to go through the report of the special committee on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of the Honorable William Odul, the Deputy Governor of Siaya County. As you may have noticed, the committee has found 1, Charge 1, gross violation of the Constitution and other laws in respect to interference with procurement process through acts of bid rigging, and Charge 2, abuse of office and gross misconduct in respect to allegation 4, that is misleading the public by giving false information, against the Deputy Governor substantiated. Now, Honorable Senators, the procedure to be followed in this case is that set out in Section 33B, 6B of the County Government Act and Standing Order 84B, both of which provide as follows. If the special committee reports that the particulars of any allegation against the Deputy Governor have been substantiated, the Senate shall, after according the Deputy Governor an opportunity to be heard, vote on the impeachment charges. Consequently, Honorable Senators, a supplementary order paper has been prepared and circulated. In order number 6, the chairperson of the special committee will give a notice of motion for the removal from office by impeachment of Honorable William Odul, the Deputy Governor of Siaya County. The motion has been scheduled for debate in order number 8 of this afternoon's supplementary order paper. Debate on the motion will ensue in the usual manner, and at the conclusion thereof, the Senate will proceed to vote on impeachment charges after according the Deputy Governor the opportunity to be heard. Please stand guided accordingly. Clerk, call the order, please.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
The chairperson of the special committee.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to give a notice of the following motion that the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable William Odul, the Deputy Governor of Siaya County. Honorable Speaker, that whereas pursuant to Article 181 of the Constitution and Section 33 of the County Governments Act on 8th of June 2023, the County Assembly of Siaya approved a motion to remove from office by impeachment of Honorable William Odwal, the Deputy Governor of Siaya. Honorable Speaker, and whereas by letter reference CASADM/33/04 dated Friday, 9th June 2023, and received in the office of the Speaker of the Senate on Saturday, the 10th June 2023, the Speaker of the County Assembly of Siaya conveyed the resolution of the County Assembly removing from office by impeachment of Honorable William Odwal, the Deputy Governor of Siaya County, and further forwarded to the Speaker of the Senate documents in evidence of the proceedings of the Assembly. And whereas, pursuant to Section 33, subsection 3, subsection B of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 80, subsection 1, subsection B of the Senate, by resolution on Thursday, the 15th June 2023, appointed a special committee comprising of 11 of its members to investigate the matter on proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable William Odwal, the Deputy Governor of Siaya County, and to report to the Senate within 10 days of its appointment on whether it finds the particulars of the allegations to have been substantiated. Further, whereas, pursuant to Section 33(4) of the County Governments Act and Standing Orders 80, subsection 2, the special committee has investigated the matter and tabled its report today, the 26th of June 2023. And whereas, pursuant to Section 33, subsection 4 and Section 6, subsection B of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 80, subsection 4B, the special committee has found that the particulars of Charge 1, gross violation of the Constitution and other laws in respect of interference with the procurement process through acts of bid rigging, and Charge 2, abuse of office and gross misconduct in respect of allegation 4, misleading the public by giving false information, have been substantiated. Now, therefore, pursuant to Section 33(6)B of the County Government Act and Standing Order 80, subsection 4B, the Senate, after according the Honorable William Odwal, the Deputy Governor of Siaya, an opportunity to be had, resolves to impeach Honorable William Odwal, the Deputy Governor of Siaya County Government, on the following charges. 1, Charge 1 is gross violation of the Constitution and other laws in respect of interference with the procurement process through acts of bid rigging. 2nd, Charge 2, abuse of office and gross misconduct in respect of allegation 4, misleading the public by giving false information. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. This notice of motion, yeah, that was, you are misleading me.
The clerk, call the next order.
Order number 7, questions and statements. Order number 8, motion, the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable William Odwal, the Deputy Governor of Siaya County.
The chairperson of the special committee.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move the following motion.
What is your point of order, Senator Aaron Cheriot?
Mr. Speaker, apologies to chairperson of the committee. But there's an increasing habit on the side of the minority, Mr. Speaker, of members coming to this house inappropriately dressed. Senator Eddie Okech, Mr. Speaker, if you look at him as he is presently before the House, Mr. Speaker, you will realize he is with a shirt that is unbuttoned, and that is not possible. Unless maybe for health reasons, Mr. Speaker, That is not the proper way of appearing before the House, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Senator Mazayo.
Bwana Spika, ni jambo la kusikitisha kuona ya kwamba hata pole yule ndugu yangu Cheriot hawezi kumwambia seneta mwenzake, japokuwa kwamba kuna motion hapa, lakini nataka kusema hivi Bwana Spika, kama unavyoelewa, tulipokuwa katika mkutano wa leo wa SHBC tumesema ya kwamba aruhusiwe aje yeye mwenyewe vile alivyo hivi sasa vile amevaa, kwa sababu ndio nafasi ya mguu wake, ama pale alifanyia operation inaweza kuwa sawa sawa. Kwa hiyo wewe mwenyewe ukapitisha ya kwamba wewe kama uko mkutanoni shauri yako. Kwa hiyo Bwana Spika, nasema ya kwamba kwa sababu umepitisha ya kwamba Eddie anaweza kuingia ndani ya bunge, hali ikiwa amevaa nguo ambazo zitaweza kumsaidia kutembea na kuwa sawa pale atakapokuwa ameketi, ndio sababu unamuona Eddie haketi pale, ameketi leo peke yake na anaketi hapa katikati. Kwa hiyo mimi nasema ya kwamba vile alivyosema ndugu yangu, nataka kumjulisha ya kwamba hilo ni jambo ambalo tumesema katika mkutano na tumekubaliana. Asante Bwana Speaker.
Now, order, honorable senators. We have a very weighty matter before us. And I have seen the way Senator Eddie is dressed up. I know Senator Eddie has undergone an operation. And is unable, therefore, to wear the kind of dress code that is described in the Speaker's rules. And therefore, because of his health condition, I will allow Senator Eddie to participate in these proceedings. Proceed, Chairman.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move I beg to move the motion that the Deputy Governor for Siaya be removed by impeachment. Honorable Speaker, that whereas pursuant to Article 181 of the Constitution and Section 33 of the County Governments Act, on 8th of June 2023, the County Assembly of Siaya approved a motion to remove from office by impeachment Honorable William Odwal, the Deputy Governor for Siaya. And whereas, by a letter reference CASADM/33/4, dated Friday, 9th of June 2023, and received in the office of the Speaker of the Senate on Saturday, 10th June 2023, the Speaker of the County Assembly of Siaya conveyed the resolution of the County Assembly removing from office by impeachment of Honorable William Odwal, the Deputy Governor of Siaya, and further forwarded to the Speaker of Senate documents in evidence of the proceedings of the Assembly. Honorable Speaker, whereas pursuant to Section 33, subsection 3B of the County Government Act and Standing Order 80, subsection 1B, the Senate by resolution on Thursday, 15 June 2023, appointed a special committee comprising of 11 members to investigate the matter on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable William Odwal, the Deputy Governor of Siaya County, and to report to the Senate within 10 days of its appointment on whether it finds the particulars of the allocations to have been substantiated. Honorable Speaker, further whereas pursuant to Section 33, subsection 4 of the County Government Act and Standing Order 80, subsection 2, the special committee has investigated the matter and tabled its report today, Monday 26, June 2023. And whereas pursuant to Section 33, subsection 4 and Section 6B of the County Government Act and Standing Order 80, subsection 4B, the Special Committee has found that particulars of charge 1, gross violation of the Constitution and other laws in respect of interference with the procurement process through acts of bid rigging, and charge 2, abuse of office and gross misconduct in respect of allegation 4, misleading the public by giving false information, has been substantiated. Honorable Speaker, now therefore, pursuant to Section 33, subsection 6B of the County Government Act and Standing Order 80, subsection 4B, the Senate, after according the Honorable William Odwal, the Deputy Governor of Siaya, an opportunity to be had, resolves to impeach Honorable William Odwal, the Deputy Governor of Siaya County, on the following charges. 1, gross violation of the Constitution and other laws in respect of interference with the procurement process through acts of bid rigging. Charge 2, abuse of office and gross misconduct in respect of allegation 4, misleading the public by giving false information. Honorable Speaker, that pursuant to Standing Order 254, subsection 1, the sitting will be. Is this mine really? Honorable Speaker, in our sitting, I wish to move the motion, Honorable Speaker, and give the following comments. Honorable Speaker, we sat as a committee after being given the mandate, and Honorable Speaker, subsection 33, section 5 of the County Government Act, Standing Order 83, and Rule 4A of Part 2 of the third schedule to the Senate Standing Orders provide that the Deputy Governor shall be invited to appear and be represented before the Special Committee during its investigations. Rule 4B of Part 2 of the third schedule to the Senate Standing Orders further that the County Assembly should be notified of the date of commencement of the investigations and invited to appear before the Senate. Pursuant to these provisions of the law, the Special Committee invited both the County Assembly of Siaya and the Deputy Governor, and they appeared and presented before the Special Committee on Wednesday, 21st June 2023, and Thursday, 22nd June 2023, respectively. The County Assembly, Honorable Speaker, was represented by the advocates of Cordon, Okola, Peter Wanyama, Willis Otieno, Bita Okiro, Reni Langat, Leonard Okanda, and Omondi Okoyo Shem. The Siaya County Deputy Governor was represented by Paul Nyamodi, Moses Chelanga, and Patrick Baraza. The committee thereafter, Honorable Speaker, retreated to consider the evidence submitted by the two parties and write the report. Honorable Speaker, I therefore wish to highlight and inform this House on the findings of the report of the Special Committee that investigated the matter pursuant to Section 33, subsection 4 of the County Government Act 2012 and Standing Order 80, subsection 2A and 80, subsection 2B of the Senate Standing Orders. Honorable Speaker, the committee made the following observations regarding the charges brought before the Senate against the Deputy Governor of Siaya, Honorable CBA Dr. William Odwal. On charge 1 of gross violation of the Constitution and other laws, the County Assembly set out one allegation of interference with procurement process through acts of bid rigging. The committee noted that the Deputy Governor admitted himself that he attempted to interfere in the procurement process by instructing the Director of Supply Chain Management to change the tender categorization on the procurement for the supply and delivery of certified seeds and fertilizer. The committee therefore found the allegation to have been proved and substantiated. Second, Honorable Speaker, on the charge of abuse of office and gross misconduct, the County Assembly set out 4 allegations as follows: bulldozing officers to renovate the office of the Deputy Governor outside approved budgetary provisions, misuse of public resources, pooling misleading the public by giving false information. On the first allegation of bulldozing officers to renovate the office of the Deputy Governor outside the approved budgetary provisions, the committee found not to have been substantiated. Honorable Speaker, the committee takes great exception to the cost of the Deputy Governor's chair, in which it was demonstrated from the evidence adduced that a comprehensive market survey was not undertaken. Honorable Speaker, we consider as a committee to be wasteful and urge counties to procure goods based on its properly assessed market value. On the second allegation of misuse of public resources, the committee found the allegation not to have been substantiated. On the third allegation of bullying, the committee found the allegation not to be substantiated. Honorable Speaker, from what we got uncovered, Honorable Speaker, there is a lot of infighting across the counties between the governors and the deputy governors. I think this House, Honorable Speaker, we might need to amend some laws, because it looks like the governors and the deputy governors during campaign, they have a marriage of convenience to get votes. As soon as they have votes, as soon as they're elected into the office, the fights start beginning from after inauguration. So, Honorable Speaker, there are issues that this House needs to look at so that the counties, so that devolution is protected. Because if the governors fight throughout 5 years, it's unfair. And these governors and the deputies, they agree during campaigns. So you wonder why they start fighting. They should not fight. They should work. If you agreed and you got votes together as a governor and the deputy governor,
Chairman.
why?
The chairman.
Yes.
Senator Crystal Asige, what is your point of, what's your point of order?
Thank you very much, Chair. I don't mean to interrupt the Chair on this report. However, Mr. Speaker, there is an issue that I am getting increasingly frustrated with in this House, and I thought that this is an opportunity for me to voice that issue. Mr. Speaker, this is not the first time, it's not the second time, not the third or fourth or fifth time that I have brought it to this House and through the clerk's office that documents need to be made accessible to persons with disabilities, specifically those with visual impairment like myself. Mr. Speaker, you began this resumption by saying that you trust that all senators have been furnished with the report in the 30-minute adjournment. However, Mr. Speaker, nobody has furnished me with this report, so it's becoming hard for me to continue to follow this proceeding. Mr. Speaker, as you know, persons with disabilities need, according to our Constitution, to be included, Mr. Speaker. It's not something that I'm requesting as a visually impaired person. It's something that is in our Constitution. Reasonable accommodation must be made for persons with disabilities so that we can be able to participate fully and meaningfully in all areas, Mr. Speaker. I have gone through this personally with the clerk, other senators as well in this House, maybe not with you specifically, Mr. Speaker, but I'm going to do this now because I cannot follow this proceeding. And other senators or somebody might argue that, oh, but you're normally a senator, so you won't really be voting in this proceeding anyway, so it's not that important. However, I will strongly refute that by saying that I do deserve to be able to participate in this proceeding. And even though I was excluded from participating in the committee because of my disability, Mr. Speaker, I should not be excluded from participating in this House in your presence. So I stand on point of order number 1 to seek your guidance, Mr. Speaker, not just for this sitting, but for the 4 years that I'm going to be here. Because if I continue to be excluded, that will, in front of you and Mr. Speaker, with your knowledge, then I find that to be quite egregious, and I seek your guidance. I thank you.
Thank you, Senator Crystal. Indeed, your concern is very valid, and I fully agree with you. However, this report was made available the moment it was tabled. And between the time of tabling this report to resumption of this session, we had 30 minutes. It wasn't humanly possible to prepare the version that ought to have been prepared. Maybe at the committee stage, as they were preparing this report, they ought to have known, because Senator Asige has not just walked into this chamber today. So committees, you have to be sensitive and alive to the constitutional provisions. We have members that we need to accord them the opportunity to take part in our proceedings. And today, Senator Asige has been reduced to a spectator. Very unfortunate. Going forward, Senator Asige, this will be fixed. It will never recur. Proceed, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I was basically about to finish. I was saying that at the county level, the counties need to, especially the executive, the deputy governors and the governors, they need to find a way of resolving their own issues internally, at least initially, before bringing their own fights into the Senate. So, Honorable Speaker, I don't want to say much. I just want to move and request the Vice Chair of the committee, Honorable Betty Mondet, to second.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I rise to second the motion which my very able chairman has tabled to this House, and say that it has not been easy. It has been a few days of hard work. I also want to thank the other committee members. Mr. Speaker, sir, looking at this issue, we had an opportunity of examining exactly what is happening in other counties. And as my able chairman has said, I think we should take this opportunity and look at our laws and see what can be done so that the governors and the deputy governors can be able to work together. Mr. Speaker, sir, I want to urge this House to look at that report. We have really put in a lot of time. We have looked at every allegation, and let us look at it not on party lines, so that we can deliver good results for the people of Siaya. The core essence of the Senate is to make sure that devolution does not die. So let us not be the first people who are going to kill devolution. So I urge all the members to put party lines aside and let us look at this report conclusively. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I beg to support.
Now, honorable senators, before I propose the question, let me still address myself to the concerns by Senator Asige. I've just been informed by the clerk that a PDF version has been transmitted to the senator, and I believe you can now access it, Senator, so that you stop being a spectator and join this debate. Now I proceed to propose the question, which is that whereas pursuant to Article 181 of the Constitution and Section 33 of the County Governments Act, on 8th June 2023, the County Government of Siaya approved a motion to remove from office by impeachment of Honorable William Oduol, the Deputy Governor of Siaya County. And whereas by a letter reference CASA DM/33/04, dated Friday 9th June 2023, and received in the office of the Speaker of the Senate on Saturday 10th June 2023, the Speaker of the County Assembly of Siaya conveyed the resolution of the County Assembly removing from office by impeachment of Honorable William Oduol, the Deputy Governor of Siaya County, and further forwarded to the Speaker of the Senate documents in evidence of the proceedings of the Assembly. And whereas pursuant to Section 33(3)(b) of the County Government Act and Standing Order 81(b) of the Senate, by resolution on Thursday, 15th June 2023, appointed a special committee comprising 11 of its members to investigate the matter on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable William Oduol, the Deputy Governor of Siaya County, and to report to the Senate within 10 days of its appointment on whether it finds the particulars of the allegations to have been substantiated. Further, whereas pursuant to Section 33(4) of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 82, the special committee has investigated the matter and tabled its report today, Monday, 26th June 2023. And whereas pursuant to Section 33(4) and 6B of the County Government Act and Standing Order 84B, the special committee has found that the particulars of Charge 1, gross violation of the Constitution, other laws, and Charge 2, abuse of office and gross misconduct, have been substantiated. Now, therefore, pursuant to Section 33(6)(b) of the County Government Act and Standing Order 84B, the Senate, after according the Honorable William Oduol, the Deputy Governor of Siaya County, an opportunity to be heard, resolves to impeach Honorable William Oduol, the Deputy Governor of Siaya County, on the following charges. Charge 1, gross violation of the Constitution and other laws, and Charge 2, abuse of office and gross misconduct. Now, Honorable Senators, the floor is open for debate. What is your point of order, Senator Lelegwe?
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that pursuant to Standing Order 111.1, debate on the motion be limited to a maximum of 5 minutes for each senator while contributing. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Now, honorable senators, before we started after resumption, the two sides consulted, led by the minority leader from the opposition side and led by the majority leader on the government side on this particular matter. And an agreement had been reached by both sides that we will limit debate to 5 minutes when a senator rises to speak, and that each side will have 6 senators speak to this motion. Is that the agreement still standing? So then we will proceed that way. We will proceed that way. Senator Wambua.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for granting me the opportunity to really set the pace for this debate. I don't know. I don't know why there is so much excitement on the side that sits on the right of the Speaker. But there must be a reason for it, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I first want to take this opportunity to really congratulate the team.
Senator Kajwang, the seats are meant for just one senator, not 2. Kindly occupy your rightful seat.
Speaker, I take the opportunity to thank the committee that sat on these impeachment proceedings, and I thank them for the report that they brought to the floor of the House. The Speaker, the question that I ask myself, and I'm very sure it's a question that a lot of senators here are asking themselves, is at what point
shall the Senate, sitting in plenary, prosecute a matter as important as an impeachment motion without undue regard to party positions. I'm not saying that it should happen now. I'm not saying it should happen tomorrow, but I'm saying, Mr. Speaker, on a matter as important and as weighty as an impeachment motion, it's an opportunity that we have to safeguard devolution by debating and voting purely on account of evidence and facts presented before this Senate. So, Speaker, the committee that we put in place to deal with this matter has returned 2 verdicts on the positive impeachment of the Deputy Governor of Siaya. On the first verdict, Mr. Speaker, the committee, and I have not seen a dissenting report from the committee, so I assume that the committee has unanimously agreed that the Deputy Governor of Siaya has grossly violated the Constitution. That is the verdict of the committee, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, our impeachment proceedings and the requirements for impeachment are very clear and straightforward. That if a person set to be removed from office by way of impeachment.
What is your point of order, Senator Tabitha?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise on a point of order, standing order number 105, on responsibility for statement of fact. As a committee, the senator, my good senator from my home county, has stated that the decision was unanimous. And this decision was not unanimous. So he needs to substantiate where he gets his information from, because it was 6 against 5, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Tabitha. Senator Mogeni, you're out of order.
Yes.
Senator Mazayo, the chair is addressing the House. Senator Tabitha, I wish you could have stood on a point of information to inform Senator Enoch that indeed, as a member of that committee, you have the correct information that that report was not voted unanimously. I just do not see how that can warrant to be called a point of order, and therefore I proceed to overrule it. Yes, Senator Boni, what is your point of order?
Mr. Speaker, this is a house of record. And Mr. Speaker, I cannot imagine challenging the decision of the chair. But Senator Tabitha Mutinda has moved perfectly in order, understanding Order 105. Mr. Speaker, Senator Wambua has misled the House. The vote was 5 against 6, 5 against and 6 for. And therefore,
Senator Boni, just have your seat. I honestly don't see why this matter is generating into a debate. Senator Tabitha has given the information as a member of that committee that there was no unanimity in adopting that report. Leave it there, proceed.
It's a small thing, really, guys. Mr. Speaker, I hope my time was held during that disruption. And the Speaker, there is value in reports that are tabled in this House. It is not a PR exercise, Senator Tabitha. There is value in reports that are tabled here. They inform debate, and that is why we took 30 minutes to read through the reports so they can inform our debate. The Speaker, for the information of Senator Tabitha and those with the same mindset, the Speaker, page 11, I'm addressing the Speaker, Madam Senator Tabitha, page 11 of the report, the members have adopted the list of members that have adopted the report. They are 11, and we put in place 11 members. And Senator Tabitha Mutinda, for your information through the Speaker, you are number 9, and you have signed that report. The Speaker, just for the record, the Speaker, our proceedings.
Senator Wambua, you're referring to page what of the report?
Mr. Speaker, page 11. The adoption report, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, can you order that the Senator of Kitui be heard in silence?
Honorable Senators, Senator Enoch Wambua will be heard in silence.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I will say 2 things, and my time was not held with the Speaker, but I'll say 2 things within the time that I have. Mr. Speaker, the first
What is your point of order, Senator Boni?
Mr. Speaker, I agree
I don't know whether it's the same.
with the information referred to page 9 by the Senator of Kitui. Page 11. But Mr. Speaker, if it is true that page 11 is telling us what transpired during the voting, and when the actual outcome of the voting was not unanimous, then what else in this report is not accurate? Mr. Speaker, therefore, the chair should make a decision on whether we have an accurate report of a committee that can allow us to make a decision on a very important constitutional issue of helping the governor of Siaya to run his office and making sure that the deputy governor of Siaya enjoys his constitutional right. We cannot make that decision on reports that could be either opaque, inaccurate, or deliberately written so as to confuse debate, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Order, senators. We are wasting very important time. Now, Senator Boni, we are guided by this report that has been tabled. Debate shall be based on the report as tabled by the chairman. During his tabling of this report, he never mentioned that there's some inaccuracies in this report. So kindly confine yourself to the report as tabled. Proceed, Senator Wambua, and finalize your 1 minute remaining. You have 1 minute to go.
Surely, Mr. Speaker, I have not even said anything. How can it be 1 minute, really? Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I believe that you are a very fair arbiter of debate. And you will find that I have not been able to say anything because of interruptions. Mr. Speaker, I will leave it to the chair to decide whether I have 1 minute or 4 minutes. Mr. Speaker, the motion as tabled by the chairman of the committee has found the deputy governor of Siaya guilty of gross violation of the Constitution of Kenya 2010. The Speaker, without looking for any other ground, how can a person that has been found guilty by 11 members of the committee guilty of violating, gross violation of the Constitution, be allowed to continue to serve as Deputy Governor of a county. Mr. Speaker, there are things you'll do in this House, if you're not careful, that will return to haunt all of us. On the one hand, the House cannot find any person holding public office guilty of gross violation of the Constitution of Kenya, and on the other hand, give him another opportunity to serve in a public office. The Speaker, secondly, the committee has found this Deputy Governor of Siaya guilty of office, abuse of office, and gross misconduct in respect of allegation 4 on misleading the public. Mr. Speaker, Chapter 6 of the Constitution speaks to integrity. And integrity, Mr. Speaker, is not just about fiscal discipline. Integrity is also about the relationship that us, as public servants, as leaders in this country, the way we relate with the people that we lead. Our choices, Mr. Speaker, that we make to either lead or mislead our people. The Speaker, the Deputy Governor, on his own admission, in the same report, and the Speaker, I would very quickly add that if actually the committee, a section of the committee, is uncomfortable with page 11, there's nothing that would have stopped them from moving a motion to expunge page 11 from their own report. So this
Senator Thangwa.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to oppose that recommendation and that report from the committee. Mr. Speaker, and I must thank the side of the minority, because as we stand here, we have not been threatened with maandamano if we are to go either way. So I can say we are fine. Mr. Speaker, on this House, on the floor of this House, about 2 years ago, the senator for Siaya then, none other than James Orengo, said here on this floor that impeachment generally is a political process. Mr. Speaker, the question I'm asking the members of this House, are we going to be used to sanitize the politics of Siaya, Mr. Speaker? Mr. Speaker, when I look at this report, and I want to tell the members of this House who are saying about page 11, we do not know how they arrived on this, Mr. Speaker, but of course they signed on a report that was agreed by the majority. Just to say, yes, we agreed to what we said, nevertheless not talking about the number 6 and number 5, Mr. Speaker. But I want to ask myself, Mr. Speaker, when you say you're removing somebody from office because he said in public that a certain CS was forced to resign, Mr. Speaker, is that a threshold enough to remove somebody from office? How many times have we been lied to, Mr. Speaker, by leaders whom we respect from either side, Mr. Speaker? Mr. Speaker, on that issue of political process, I keep on asking, are we going to allow this House to be used to play politics of Siaya, Mr. Speaker? And that's why I oppose that report. Mr. Speaker, we are told by that report that the said Deputy Governor was interfering with procurement processes, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we do have directors of procurement in every county, Mr. Speaker. It is not the Deputy Governor. And if at all you're blaming the Deputy Governor, the person who is supposed to be here is the County Executive, who is the Governor of Siaya, James Orengo. He is the person who is supposed to be on this floor. Mr. Speaker, I saw it on the other day.
Honorable Senators, especially those from the government side, we will still need these chairs after this session.
Thank you. I think I still have my 1 minute. Mr. Speaker, this House has been sitting here discussing important motions, important issues, having the CSs coming here to discuss matters of national importance, but the minority move out or always go out of the House. They are now here, Mr. Speaker, just to kick out somebody because somebody said a certain county secretary was forced to resign. Mr. Speaker, is that what we want this Senate to go down as? A House that discusses irrelevancies? Mr. Speaker, do we want this House to be taken as a House that only discusses on removal? That's why their side is full, Mr. Speaker. Look at them. Beautiful. They are here. Mr. Speaker, look at them. Look at them. Look at them, Mr. Speaker. But when we are discussing issues of the county the national importance, they move out. I ask them to move out even now. Go, so that's Siaya.
What is your point of order, Senator Eddy? Senator Eddy, what is your point of order?
Mr. Speaker, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And I rise on point order number 101(4). No senator shall impute improper motive to any other senator or to a member of the National Assembly except upon specific substantive motion of which at least 3 days notice shall be given, calling in question the conduct of this senator or member of the Assembly. Mr. Speaker, as I talk about that point of order, Mr. Speaker, let me first of all extend my most sincerest gratitude to you for your empathy beyond sympathy that you have accorded me in this last week that has been excruciating in the hospital. And other senators who have also been very supportive. I know Senator Cheriot was just joking, but he's my captain in soccer and he has been very supportive during my time of surgery. I actually left the hospital this afternoon, Mr. Speaker, and on very strong painkillers to go through this process. And it's very disappointing to hear the Senator of Kiambu imputing that the minority side, the senators on the minority side, are the one who have brought this case to this House. That the senators from the minority side are the ones who have come to the floor to prosecute the Deputy Governor of Siaya. I have been following this entire process, and I have actually been very keen not to even call members of the committee to check on them because of the honor and dignity that we give this House. Mr. Speaker, is it in order to reduce this debate to an issue of minority versus majority? But most importantly, is it in order for a senator of Kiambu to suggest that it is the senators from the minority side who are demanding for the impeachment of the Deputy Governor of Siaya? And Mr. Speaker, can he actually be able to give that evidence, alluding to all these honorable members who I think that in this House are just as honorable and as reasonable and as passionate and committed to the Constitution, the same way I am seeing the honorable members from the majority side, who I really, really respect. Mr. Speaker, I will request you to rule on that.
Now, honorable senators, you know, if we avoid these side shows, we can prosecute the business before us so well. Now, Senator Karungo, the senator who spoke and contributed to this motion from the minority side is only Senator Enoch Wambua. We don't know, at this juncture, we don't know the rest, whether they are supporting or they're opposing. So to make a blanket statement that the minority has a position and therefore impute a motive, I think to that extent, Senator Karungo, you are out of order, and proceed to retract that statement, the statement that referred to the minority side as senators who are here to remove the deputy governor, but otherwise for other businesses, they're not there. I think I've seen a lot of consistency in faces from the minority side debating on other businesses apart from this. So that blanket condemnation, Senator Karungo, kindly proceed to retract as we proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. All I wanted to show is how important this motion is, that even the senator who is raising a point of order, he came by ambulance to show. I'm just trying to show you how they take serious some of these issues, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Karungo.
That he will come out of the hospital, Mr.
Senators.
Speaker.
Order, senators. Have a seat, Senator Karungo, please. Now, this matter before us is very crucial. I will be at pain having you watch these proceedings from the lounge. So you help me. Will you be orderly? You'll all be in this chamber to the end. The way we are moving, we may end up going to voting with very few of you. Kindly, Senator Karungo, I have ruled you were to stand and retract that statement, not to explain yourself. I have ruled on your statement.
Mr. Speaker, I really respect the chair. And of course, I cannot argue with the chair. So I retract what I had said for me to prove a point later on. As I conclude, Mr. Speaker, I think I had a minute because I was interrupted. For me to conclude, Mr. Speaker, the grounds for removal of either a governor and a deputy governor are well put in Article 181 of our Constitution, Mr. Speaker. And it talks about gross violation, talk about abuse of office, physical or mental incapacity, and of course, if the deputy governor has committed a crime, Mr. Speaker. When we say...
Senator Sifuna, what is your point?
I hope I save my minute again, Mr. Speaker.
Can you save the time remaining for Senator Karungo so that he can have his...
Mr. Speaker, there is something that my colleague from Kiambu has said that I believe cannot be allowed to stick. He must also withdraw the assertion that, in fact, we have been refusing to attend certain sessions. It is... Mr. Speaker, I rose up. Please, Mr. Speaker, protect me. I would want that we refer to standing
Honourable
order.
Senator is on a point of order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
He must.
Mr. Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order 103, we are not allowed to be discussing matters that are the subject of a court proceeding. It is a matter of record that, in fact, the reason the minority side does not attend sessions including foreigners, strangers to this House, is because we have filed a suit on principle objecting to the presence of cabinet secretaries in the Senate. Mr. Speaker, as you are aware, the minority side are the plaintiffs, and the clerk, as a representative of this House, is a respondent. Mr. Speaker, therefore, for him to cast aspersions on us, discussing a matter that is before court, he knows the reasons why we don't attend on Wednesdays. And then he wants to come and tell us here that somehow we choose which business to come and attend and which one not to. Mr. Speaker, I believe that he needs to withdraw those particular sentiments as well.
Senator Sifuna, I'm afraid I'm going to overrule you. That does not amount to a point of order. Proceed and conclude your intervention, Senator Karunga.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Instead of, anyway. Mr. Speaker, I was talking about Article 181 that gives the grounds for removal of anybody from office. Gross violation of the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, governor has committed a crime, abuse of office, and of course, physical and mental incapacity. Mr. Speaker, all those laid grounds by the Constitution, we cannot say just because the governor, the deputy governor, gives some information on political platforms that they are subject or they can be used as a basis to remove him from office, Mr. Speaker. Sometimes, some people talk just the way we are talking here, and I'm told to retract. Tell the deputy governor to retract if at all he said that, and people continue working. Would you remove me from office because I said they don't come on Wednesdays, Mr. Speaker? I'm just saying what is supposed to be said. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I do oppose.
Senator Oburu. Senator Oburu, proceed.
Okay.
The Speaker has called Senator Oburu.
Okay.
Kindly